My thought was to slow down and listen to my heart. What is my heart saying? What is my gut saying? How should I use this attention, this energy that I have? I have that choice. I'm going to choose hope. Okay, what does hope look like for me? I'm starting to unpack this. Well, hope looks like I don't have to be afraid of what happens next. I have agency, I have authority, I have access, because I didn't have a lot of solutions. I had some ideas, but really what people needed to know that they were heard and that they belonged still and that they were going to be supported. The products that we built, love it. That was amazing. But the most important product we built was that team. And it was very meaningful to me.
I'm Michael Hunter with Uncommon Teams, and today we'll uncover fresh insights into what leadership today means. And joining me this episode is Nick Goodin. Nick is an author, thinker, and former chief product officer who has shaped industries with first principles thinking and human-centered design. Now, he's on a mission to share the insights that redefine how we create, lead, and live. Welcome, Nick.
As a part of being a part of any startup, there's always surprises that you did not anticipate. And January 19th, something like that, of this year, 2025, I got a phone call, and my whole team was kind of getting disbanded. And I was a part of the company going into some acquisition and kind of long-term exit strategy for the founders and stuff like that. I knew this was somewhere on the horizon, but it came out of nowhere. And my impression, my team's impression, came out of nowhere. Not only did I have to walk away from work that I loved and a team I loved and a team that really flowed from creativity, possibility, pushing on each other, really leaning into each other's strengths, but also pulling out new possibilities out of people. Not just leaving them where they were, watching engineers grow from each other by creating the right environment. It was to me, the products that we built, love it. That was amazing. But the most important product we built was that team. And it was very meaningful to me to be a part of kind of two different teams. I sat between marketing and brand and product, which is a kind of unique space to be in to really tie things together. But the experience of being a part of those really incredible teams all of a sudden disappeared within a few days. And I felt just this sense of the world's all of a sudden coming apart. What am I going to do? I gotta think about my family. I gotta think about what does this mean for this team? I was spending a lot of time thinking about what this means for this team. What are they going to do? Where are they going to end up? Frustration, some anger, a little bit of dread, a little bit of a whole lot of fear. I won't say that lasted a normal time for people. I feel like it was abnormal how quickly I moved through that. But within let's say that was a Wednesday that happened. By Friday morning, I woke up and I said, I am going to choose hope. I can choose fear, but I'm going to choose hope. And that's a choice. I have that choice. I'm going to choose hope. Okay, what does hope look like for me? I'm starting to unpack this. Well, hope looks like I don't have to be afraid of what happens next. I have agency, I have authority, I have access. And I'm not just talking about me. We all really have agency, authority, and access more than we realize. But, and I still feel like there's a ceiling on that, in my mind, right? There's a limiting belief there for me. And, but I have these things. I have my family. I have all the skill, experience, and I have a really, really great community. Okay, I have these things I already know I have. I have hope. I'm going to choose hope. The next week, kind of the weekend goes by. It's Monday. And what am I going to do with my time? Right? I could spend my time trying to satisfy myself, trying to satisfy my fear, trying to solve all the things that I'm afraid of. as fast as I can, like making sure that I get another position that's greater or equal value, making sure that I have access to the kind of teams and the kind of work that I really enjoy doing, and I don't have to go backwards and like, well, I have to end up like, finding some like local construction job. And but like, I can wrestle all these thoughts and try to solve all of this, right? And that would be totally normal. And those are normal thoughts to have in normal experiences. My thought was to slow down and listen to my heart. What is my heart saying? What is my gut saying? How should I use this attention, this energy that I have? I remembered that I was already choosing hope. Now, how does that play out? And I chose generosity next. Like kind of two things at once, but I chose generosity next. I was like, okay, before I like try to solve things for myself, how can I show up generous? Like I mentioned, I have this team that now all of a sudden has to figure out what's next for them. Might not have hope, might not have the same perspectives that I do. And so it's like, I'm leaning in. I'm going to invest in this team. I'm going to spend the first half of my day, that first week, the first half of my day, how can I serve the team? How can I help them with what they need before I serve myself? So I'm going to show up generous. And it looked a lot like a lot of phone calls, a lot of listening, a lot of hearing where people were at, just as much as offering solutions, because I didn't have a lot of solutions. I had some ideas, but really what people needed to know that they were heard and that they belonged still and that they were going to be supported. So that's what like half my time. And that also was coupled with this other phrase that I think goes right along with generosity is gratitude. So what do I have that I can be grateful for right now? Not just these things that make up my identity as like my job or my title. Like I might not have those, but there are things that are about me that are my creativity, my curiosity, that are my sense of wonder, like all these things that make me uniquely me. Doesn't matter what job I'm in, right? I have my family. I have a house that I'm living in. I have clothes. I'm warm. I have food. I can really get down into the weeds. Like I have air, we have water, we have sunlight, and get really these big macro things. I'm grateful. Like I have all this stuff to be grateful for. And there's like tons of studies around gratitude and around generosity of how it just shifts, the neurobiology of your brain away from fear. You focus outside of yourself. And in doing that, releases dopamine and serotonin into the system and sense of calm and peace. And out of that, the last word I'm going to use in this season of life that anybody might find themselves in, that might feel similar to where things feel unprecedented, unexpected. Maybe they feel like they're in liminal space between the now and the not yet. I chose creativity. So generosity, creativity, and gratitude.